viewers, it's so wonderful to be back here again on today's episode. Yeah, I've actually been looking forward to today for one reason, which you'll get to know very shortly. All right. This is The Insight, brought to you by Oris Group Entertainment. Like I always say, on this platform, we bring you the very best when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to sport, when it comes to business, trade and investment, arts, culture, just name it. We try to not give ourselves limitation in our discussions, in our information transmission. We try to be as explicit as possible. This is why we are here. This is why we are here for you. On today's episode, I repeat, I'm so excited, that's why I'm having to repeat myself. The long-time rivalry that we all know about in Africa is right here in the studio. I know we're not going to end it here today. I know the rivalry is not going to end, but at least let's have a stretch of it in our studio here in Qatar. All right. On today's episode, we're going to be having two solid fronts that you think about from Africa, that you think about when you think about rivalry. This is the strongest coming out from Africa. But before we go further, my name is Famous Aluya, and as always, I am not alone. On today's episode, I have my co-host, Delisha, who is always here with me, always supportive, and always ready to give you the show, as in the show. I always say she is the lady that brings lights to the show.
Oh, wow. That's very nice. So nice to say. I'm very well, thank you.
It's good to be on set
It's
again.
so good. I'm always excited to be here. You know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Delisha, I think what our viewers should know is today we are shooting the 11th episode of The Insight.
Just amazing. And it feels like just yesterday that we started the first one.
I told you before that we're just going to keep moving and moving and moving.
Yeah.
The intentions are right. We are out to give you the best. For this reason, we just fly.
We're just flying, soaring on wings like eagles.
Yeah. So for viewers, we would not have come this far without you. All right. This is why we are grateful to you for being with us, for supporting us, for standing by us, for believing in us. So say thank you. And please know the journey has just started.
Just begun.
We still have a long way to go. We are here to stay.
Yes.
We're going nowhere.
And for greater things to come.
You have something to tell them, Delisha?
Yes, let me welcome our wonderful viewers. Hello, our wonderful viewers. And here we are again, bringing you an amazing podcast on The Insight. We are so excited to be here, and we are so excited that you are continuing to join us on this amazing journey. I am Delisha Chetty. Now, please do not forget to follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, comment, and also press on the notification bell. Make sure that you always get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Okay, now let's face the rivalry. But the good thing about today's show is that it's a very healthy one. And it's rivalry for good. Okay, on today's show, first we have Mr. Ben Quaicoe, a Ghanaian citizen who has been in Qatar for 15 years.
Wow.
He's recently retired from active service at Qatalum, a Qatar aluminium cementing company, where he worked as shift supervisor. He is currently the chairperson of the Ghanaian Community in Qatar. And he has been holding this position since 2016. What a long years of service. He is married with kids. And also in the studio, we have with us Mr. Lateef Ajibade, a Nigerian citizen who has been in Qatar for 16 years. Delisha, 16 years. What's happening today? I'm so impressed with the number of years they've been in
Almost 2
Doha.
decades.
It's not easy. He currently works as health and safety and environmental manager with a prominent construction company in Qatar. This man has made his footprint in several iconic construction projects in the past decade in Qatar. He is currently the president of Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, better known as NIDO Qatar. He has been in active service to the NIDO Qatar since 2018, when he was in the position of Assistant General Secretary. And later, he became the president of the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization in 2022 T date. So join me to welcome Mr. Bernard and Mr. Lateef
Welcome.
to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's so good to have you, really. It's so good to
Yes.
have you. Viewers will be expecting to see what the rivalry is about. This corner is the Ghana Community corner. That's the country Ghana, and that corner is the Nigerian corner. All right. So you know, in Africa, if you look at the map, Nigeria and Ghana, we're very close.
Yeah.
All right. So the rivalry is not far apart from each other. So it's good to have you here, and it's good to know that today's rivalry is going to be on the healthy one. Then we're going to come at some point to the jollof rice thing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Maybe today we might find something close to the solution. What do you think?
I really hope so, because it's unending, isn't it?
It's unending, really.
It needs to end here. It has to.
It can't end. I won't even allow it to end here.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. So we're going to continue. Okay.
But one thing you should understand, Delisha, Ghana, Nigeria, the rivalry is not just jollof rice.
Oh, okay.
There's football.
Football?
You need to see the last. It was in the Nations Cup. You need to see. I think Nigeria made progress in the Nations Cup, and you need to see Ghanaians praying that Nigeria should lose.
Really?
I tell you the truth. It happened. You need to see the social media was flooded.
Oh, wow. Okay.
People were just praying, doing different things just to make sure Nigeria loses. Nigeria does not win the Nations Cup, because they said if Nigeria wins the Nations Cup, nobody will ever
Once
make
they
a
get
pin
it, that's
from Ghana.
it.
So they prayed, and actually it happened. Nigeria didn't.
And the prayer was
And they
answered.
didn't win, huh?
Because trash talk.
Prayers are powerful.
The prayer was answered.
So it's so good to have you both in the studio today. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
you.
Today we're
Thank you.
just going to be talking about African communities in Qatar, and it's a part 2. Okay, we had the part 1 some weeks ago, where we had the chairman of the Ghanaian Community,
Kenya.
and also we had the chairman of the Cameroonian Community, and we had a very interesting time.
It was very, very interesting.
Talking about
yeah.
community issues, human rights related issues, labor related issues, and how the community is working in service for the people. Because at the end of the day, that's the reason why there's a community association, I believe so. So for us to kickstart this section, I want you to tell us how you started or how you got yourself into community service. Let's start with you, Mr. Bernard.
Thank you very much. To start with,
Medasi.
Medasi. That's
What's
great.
Medasi?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
went fast.
I'm so much grateful and for the insight. What is it? That's the organization,
Yeah.
podcast,
Podcast, yeah. Thank
and
you.
the opportunity and the platform given us, to showcase the community activities that we have in
Yeah.
Qatar. I'm so much grateful, and
So welcome.
we extend greetings from the community to you all as well.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah. So coming back to the question, some of us have the passion, to serve. In my background as a Christian, I have a mentor, the big man up there, whom we always refer as servant of servants. So once I follow him, I always want to position myself, wherever I find myself, to be a servant of servants. Therefore, from day one, when I landed in this soil of Qatar, and the community association was formed by some group of people, some of us decided to get ourselves involved, not just ordinary followers, but any capacity that the people of the community can also benefit from us. So I actually showed the passion to serve. For that reason, the initiators found something in me and decided to rope me into the executive level. Yes.
Okay, but before I come to Mr. Lateef, since 2016, that's 8 years.
Yeah.
You've been the chairman for 8 years.
No.
And they've been re-electing you.
No, I was a secretary,
Okay.
From 2016. It was 2018 that the chairman resigned after he was given certain responsibilities somewhere.
Okay.
And per our constitution, the secretary automatically assumes the chairmanship role even before election. So the chairmanship role actually started from 2018. Yeah, but then I was the secretary from 2016. Yes.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So since that time, you have an electoral system where you do election to change.
Yes, we've made several attempts to make elections, but people must have the passion too. And then most of the members too, they have their aim of coming here. So on a number of occasions, we try to bring them together to make elections to get new people in, but then it has become a bit of a challenge. I mean, for some time has been the same. Yeah, some of them have left the country, and then we try to invoke the right article in the Constitution to bring in people.
Okay.
But election per se, we haven't done any before.
Okay.
Yes.
And what matters is the people are happy with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mr. Lateef,
Yeah.
tell us about how you got into community service.
Once again, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm so happy to be here. When I was calling my brother, when my brother gave me a call and told me about this, and knowing the kind of person I am, love to support when it comes to community issues, I said, okay, this is for us. It is not for him alone, because we're successful, we are all successful together.
Absolutely correct.
So that's why I'm so happy to be here. And this is wonderful. And I want to appreciate you guys for doing this.
Thank you so
And it's an African thing.
Absolutely.
And I always tell people who knows me, if it is not Africa, it is not Africa. I cannot shy away from that roots, and I'm so proud to say it anywhere I am. So being into community service has been something that's been in me a long time, right from my days in schools. I've been, throughout my days in secondary, I was the senior prefect, managing the affairs of the student in school. I moved into my university days, worked at the head of class reps for 5 good years. I was elected as part of the Ogun State Union, student union in my school. I was the president in my university days. So when I came to Doha in 2008, I looked at the way things are being run and how people are being interacting with themselves. So I started my community service from my Muslim community group, where I was part of the welfare team. I was part of the welfare team for the Muslim community group, where we looked at the affairs of the Muslims who are Nigerian Muslims in Doha, in terms of what they do, the job, and our family life, and all this together. And as we were going on, I came to know about NIDO in 2010. And I'm like, if we are here as a Muslim community, that is bigger level for us to come together as a family. So I came in 2016. I contested for a welfare officer's position in NIDO, which I didn't win. I didn't win that period. And because of the passion in me, I really want to be part of this and give back to the community what they've given back to me, given to me. So I came back again in 2016 to contest, 2018 now, to contest for the position of the Assistant General Secretary, which, as God will have it, my General Secretary was, like my brother said, bigger opportunity comes, they decided to move on. So I assumed the position of Acting General Secretary for the whole 4 years. And then COVID came in. And then COVID came in, we were supposed to serve a terms of 2 years, constitutional-wise, because in NIDO, we have a constitution that says we have to do our election every 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So every 2 years, but COVID came, we couldn't have the election until after COVID. So we had 4 years a stretch together for that regime. So we served there together for 4 good years as General Secretary, acting as the General Secretary. And in 2022, I look at the bigger picture. If I have the passion to work this, why can't I try to, as much as possible, to put more effort in it and put more effort in what I'm doing to see our time to the community service. So I contested, and we have our own election. And like I already said, NIDO Qatar, we have it as a body that is commissioned by law in our country. So we're the first NIDO organization in the whole of history of Nigeria who established an online voting system.
Same.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we have an online voting system where, as a member of the community, if you can be in your office and you can vote in the election. You don't need to sit down or crowd ourselves in any room. The voting day, you can vote wherever you are. Even in the play of football, you are playing your football, anywhere you are, at comfort of a home.
That's nice.
So we did the election in 2022, and I came in as the president. And then another re-election came in 2024, this year, because every 2 years you have to have an election.
Right.
So I was re-elected again for the second time as the president of the community. So
Congratulations.
it's been something that's been indeed, and as long as it's community issues, as long as it's community effort, definitely I've been there, and I've been trying as much as possible to see what we can do around it. And even if we're going to leave it, like our brother said, we've been working together in the right line. We form what we call the African Unite Qatar. It's another group that we just formed together as African leaders to see how we can bring the African community together in one umbrella.
Yeah.
Now we're having the communities separately. We look at the interests of the community as a whole in the African continent. So we just established what we call the African Unite Qatar. I'm the acting Secretary General for that body.
Okay.
And our brother, Mr. Ali Guma from the Uganda community is our president. So these are the journey so far of being in the community center.
That's really amazing. You know, in South Africa, we have this term called Ubuntu, and it actually means unity. So united. So I think that's such a beautiful thing, like in Africa, where we just all unite together and just become one. Yeah. And, you know, I really love Mr. Bernard and Mr. Lateef, what you were saying concerning being serving and the passion that drives you. And we know that passion will keep going because that fire is going to keep burning and it won't burn out. Huh? I really don't think it will. So that's really great. Thank you for that. Yeah. So my question to both of you, we know that as community leaders, the challenges must be very difficult and your responsibilities. Could you just take us through the challenges and how do they impact you? And also, is there anything specific that you'll have faced, and how did you solve them?
And I think that is the reason why we are here, or we are there as leaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, to see the best way to resolve challenges. Yes. Talking about challenges, one of the challenges that the community members do face has to do with visa issues. Most of them, they come through agents or agencies. And after they've landed on the soil of Qatar, the agents are nowhere to be found.
Oh.
And then they tend to be stranded. So they turn out to be more or less, in quotes, liabilities to the society or the community.
Yes.
They complain of accommodation, no food. I mean, someone who has just arrived, in a new, land, doesn't know his left, doesn't know his right. No one comes for him. So it becomes a big challenge. Okay, we have people who are already here, but they are facing challenges with their employment or the employers. Some are saying after they've worked for months, they are not getting their salaries paid at the right time. So these are issues that also, do come to the community leaders. There used to be issues like domestic workers' challenges. Okay. People working in the houses as housemaids and so on. And, they've also faced their own, special in quotes challenges. Yes. Okay. If we decide to go into that alone, it's so. For instance, that's domestic workers. Ghana, we have banned giving visas to people to come to the Gulf in general. Oh. Yeah.
Ghana,
but yes.
This was done by the government?
Yeah, by the government of Ghana. So people that find themselves in this industry are currently people who are already here. For one or two reasons, they are not getting jobs, and then they find themselves in there. There are challenges like, let's say, passport renewals. And yes, when it comes to passport renewal, before then the embassy wasn't here. It was then in Saudi.
Saudi Arabia.
So they used to go through a lot of challenges. But until such a time that we had the embassy here, these sort of challenges has eased up. Yes. So the challenges are numerous. Yeah. If we are to talk about specifics, I've already made mention of this visa, something they call a freelance visa, which actually it's not in the books of Qatar immigration, but somewhere, somehow, people come through that means. And these are the group of people who do have a lot of challenges when they come. So we work with the Labor Department, Human Rights, and see how best, of course, the embassy, see how best we can relieve people from such challenges. We try to send messages back home to get the message across that people should desist coming here with such freelance visas. They should wait for a company to come for them. There, your accommodation, everything will be sorted out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then, people are desperate out there.
Yeah, the desperation.
Yes, the desperation is so great that anything goes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
desperation is high. But just to stress on the freelance thing, one of the researches I have done, which I can say is verifiable, okay, is that, like you just said, there's nothing like freelance in the immigration system of Qatar. So people just go to get visas from individuals or some companies, and they call it freelance. But one thing that the viewers should know is that as per Qatar system, anybody who comes into the country to work comes under a company.
Yes.
So it means you are employed by that company, you are provided with your flights to come in, you are provided with a job, you are provided with the accommodation, transportation, that's means to work. So this is what the law requires. This is what the law stipulates.
Yeah.
All right. So freelance is not in the dictionary of Qatar immigration. So this is what our viewers
Must
should
understand.
know. They
Yes.
should understand this. So if you must come to Qatar, the best way to come to Qatar is getting a job in Qatar.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So I hope our viewers will pick from this and be guided on this, because I've heard a few situations now of these people coming here stranded. They don't find their sponsors. They don't find. Please, guys, go online, read about Qatar immigration system. These informations are available. This information are available on the platform of the immigration MOI. All right, so you can have your hands on these things. Yeah. So thank you very much for telling us a bit of the challenges, which is very common.
Yeah.
And I believe it's going to be similar also for Mr. Lateef.
For sure.
Of course, they are mostly the same thing. Like I rightly said, the reason why we established what we call the Africa Unite, because we realize that most of what is dealing with this specific country, Africa, is affecting the other. Yeah. And we find out also we always go to the ministry like just one single boom. I go alone as a Nigerian to fight for my problem. The Ghanaians will go separately to do their own. At the end of the day, it doesn't get a solution. But why can't we go together as a team? One voice, send a delegate for the African community. This is our problem, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can solve 3, you have solved the problem of all the African communities in the whole of Qatar. So which gives us a kind of more solid ground than just going alone as a community, as a country, something like that. So these issues have been, all these issues listed by my brother have been this challenging point we're having. And also, personally, as a leader, we have our personal challenges also.
Of course.
We have a personal life.
Yes.
And we sign for what we call a community service. It is volunteered. You don't pay for it. You don't get paid for it. You don't have anybody that calls that said, how do you do it there? And 99% of everybody that calls you feel like it is their right for you to answer them, even if you call in the middle of the night. Even if they are the fault why they are having the issue.
So your sleep patterns are disrupted.
Yes. even though they decided to go against the law, but they still feel like they have the right to call you and tell you have to come and defend them. So these challenges are also part of what we are facing as leaders. And it is something we cannot say no. Because they're going to question you like, you decided to go for it.
But there should be some time limit or something, boundaries.
As a leader, there's no boundary.
No.
There's no boundary
That's leadership.
There's no boundary to how your people should have access to you. Because the moment your followers or your community members have restriction to have access to you, you don't know when. I'll give an example. I have somebody call me around 11:30 p.m. in the night.
And you were on your 10th dream, your 9th dream.
I am already...
That will not be sleeping at it.
Oh, really?
By
They sleep
11:30,
at
I'm
what, 4
about
a.m.?
to...
Do they sleep at 4 a.m. like you,
Yes,
famous?
of course. I have to. I'm about to because I have some issues to close before going to bed. And then this call you like, I have my brother in the deportation camp.
Oh, okay.
And he was arrested. He doesn't know what happened. He doesn't know what to do. You have to act. Act in the sense that you need to take your clothes, take your car key, and drive. Because the moment you slow down for the next 2-3 seconds or 2-3 minutes, a decision is taken against this brother, who is 95% innocent some of the time.
He's counting on you.
Yeah. So, and the moment you are not there, and this happened to affect him, whoever gives that call is going to go to the community and say, I called
Why
him.
were you not?
But he didn't respond. That is 1 out of 10. You have done 9 already, solved. But that remaining 1 that you didn't do is going to use it to rob the whole 9 that
The
you
rotten
wanted.
potato in the bag.
So this is part of those things we face as community leaders. And like my brother said, these challenges are enormous. But we're dealing it day by day with the support of you guys doing this also. But with this now, you are able to solve pass and a very vital information about the visa.
Yes.
Yes.
It is a big, big headache
Oh, okay.
to the whole African community. It is a big headache. And like we say, we know Africa is hot. People are trying to find a way to go somewhere.
And they want to come to 45 degrees.
And they don't care. But the agents back home are taking advantage of that desperation and quote them. Imagine somebody is telling them back home, if you get to Qatar airport, a car is waiting for you. They're going to pick you up. The job is there for you to take. Accommodation is ready.
Yes.
Even I have a family that came, the husband and the wife. They got to the airport and they were stranded. Nobody's picking them up. The wife was so smart, goes to our Facebook page, pick the number. Mine, we have an official line. The official line is there.
Yes.
And then she messaged, we're stranded in the airport. Please, we need help. Whoever is there. And luckily for me, I was coming from the mosque. I just finished praying morning prayer. And then I came in, I tried to check the messages. I just saw stranded at the airport. Imagine I have to drive to the airport, pick the husband and the wife, bring them to my house.
Wow.
Because we don't even know who bought them. We don't even know who is the sponsor. We don't know where we're going to. But at least give them a safe place first to sit and settle, that you are home.
Yes.
When they sleep, they wake up in the morning, they'll start looking for whoever it is
Okay.
to get their sponsor who came after to pick them up. So this kind of things is what
So
will
that's
happen.
the process. Like
That's the
they're trying
process.
to find their sponsor. And what if
Exactly.
they can't find the sponsor?
When you don't
They
find a
end up
sponsor,
sending
we don't need to say, we have to find a way to solve the problem also.
We have to, yeah.
Yeah, we have to.
One thing I want to ask is, it's important that when Africans get visas or get some job offers coming to Qatar, it's important for them to make inquiries.
Exactly.
Do you have, as a community, do you have the platform, okay, where people can say, okay, I want to come to Qatar, I want to find more information, so they come to email, WhatsApp, or any messaging platform that they can contact to make inquiries about coming to Qatar. Either they are confirming their visas, or they are confirming their jobs, or they're confirming whoever they are calling agents. The truth is, Qatar does not deal on agents, as much as I know.
Yeah.
Qatar don't deal on agents.
No.
It's actually companies employing directly. So there are countries where Qatar has visa offices. Okay. Currently, I heard they're planning to open in Africa.
Yeah.
Not yet in Africa, but there are no agents. So if these people in Africa wants to find out about details of their visa, the job, what is the platform? How do they communicate with you as Nigeria and as Ghana community?
Right. Thank you very much. Back home, would-be travelers should have channeled their employment inquiries through the Ministry of Manpower and Labor. But you know, the sort of frustrations, the bureaucracy, and
Just too
yes, So these agencies have set up and they are doing all these jobs. Number two, these will-be travelers could have found out from the embassies, right?
Okay, let's say, Mr. Bernard, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's say they cannot reach the embassy.
Okay.
They cannot go through the bureaucracy of Ministry of Labor back home. We know how the system is back home. Now, the best option for them is the your Ghanaian community. So, do they have an email, a social media platform, on a WhatsApp number that they have to contact to make inquiries? Why I'm saying this is going to be posted.
Right.
So people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
So it's good that from this platform, they're able to get a reference to say, okay, this is what we got from here, so we can contact them anytime we need to make these inquiries. Do you have any?
Yeah, we have WhatsApp platforms.
Okay.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
want to give us the number, or you can give us later if you don't have it offhand?
Oh, okay. I think I can provide you later.
Okay, later,
Yeah,
so that we can
provide
put
yes.
it in the description
Yeah.
for our viewers to be able to have access to.
Yes.
What about you, Mr. Lateef?
We have enough social media platforms. We have a Facebook, like the example I gave to you now, the wife contacted us with the Facebook. We call NIDO Qatar, NIDO Qatar.
NIDO Qatar?
NIDO Qatar, yeah, that's the Facebook name. And we have our Instagram page also, which is also NIDO Qatar. We have also a Twitter page, which is also NIDO Qatar with what is then on the Twitter page.
Okay.
And we have a WhatsApp number also, which basically we have like our NIDO information group, WhatsApp group. And we have enough number of people there with the platform there.
Okay.
Those platforms are existing and they are working perfectly for us.
So that's fine. So to our viewers here, NIDO Qatar is spelled as NIDO.
Yeah.
NIDO Qatar. In case you want to search them out, you want to follow them so that you can make any inquiry. They are here to answer you. That is the assurance they're giving you now. So make inquiries before you come to Qatar. If you're already in Qatar, you are in a mess like this, what you need to do is to reach out to them, okay? And they will provide you the support they can provide for you. This is why the platform is here to disseminate this information to
Exactly.
you. So we'll get this information from you and put in our description so that our viewers can hear. So I just want to ask one more thing. You're doing a lot as community leaders. All right. And you have your day jobs, your day businesses that you do. Now, you need a certain level of support in terms of diplomatic coverage, diplomatic support. Do you get this from your embassies?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, the embassies are there to support us to a very, very great extent. Honestly, without them, our jobs will be really, really difficult. Yeah, because we have a limit that we can go. One good thing that Labor Department did was they organized a training through a Supreme Committee for Legacy. Yes.
Delivery and legacy.
Yeah, delivery and legacy. Our community members, some of them were, trained so that they can tackle some of these challenges. But there are certain areas that sometimes they find it difficult to go. And these are when we get to such situations, the embassies come in.
Okay.
Because we are with the community members on the floor, we are the first point of call. Yes, just like my brother said, somebody Googled sent a message through the Facebook. So we are always the first point of contact. Yeah. So when we get to a point and things are getting tough, we rope in the embassies. Some of the issues, when they come right there, we call the embassies. That, of course, if you are all in a villa and someone collapses and, God forbid, he dies, you cannot handle that on your own. Immediately, you have to get the embassy
to
come in. Yeah, people, sent to the deportation camp. You have to get the embassies to come in. So they support us a lot.
Lovely.
Yeah, they support us a lot.
Lovely. Mr. Lateef, what's your position on this? Report from the embassy?
Yeah, we do. We do, and we're still expecting more from them.
Okay.
Because we cannot say they're doing everything, but at the same time, they're doing their part, and we work along with them. And the good part of it, I think, which we are having like an advantage, is that as executive, I, as the president, and the PRO in the executive team, I have an approval from the embassy signed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs that give me access to wherever I wanted to go.
Okay.
So this is a letter of approval given by the embassy, stamped by Minister of Foreign Affairs. Wherever I want to have access to, ministry, government, superstars, I have access to it with those documents. So it makes my work a little bit more easier sometimes.
That's good.
Yeah, it makes it more easier to really approach anybody, any government staff, officials, that has to do with issue without my community. So the embassy has been very, very, very supportive.
That's a good.
And yes, we cannot say everything has to be 100%, definitely, but we're working together
At least they're
to
performing
make
the
sure.
basic roles that they need to
exactly, they are doing the best, they're making things work for us, and we are enjoying their office.
Lovely, lovely.
I think I've learned one thing from what my brother just said. In our setup, it's only the welfare officer. He was the only guy who was sent to undergo that sort of training. So it's like he's the only person who has been going to the deportation camps and whatever. Yes. I don't know whether you participated in that training.
Yeah.
Oh, you went for that training?
Yeah, we hired 3 of my team.
Okay, we had only one person. Yeah, so from what he just said, we need to get our embassies to, give us that sort of power.
Exactly.
Okay, because if this young guy goes on vacation, if he's busy at the workplace, okay, then it means everything gets to standstill.
Which is not possible.
Yes. So in a way, we may have to adopt this sort of system to get some of our executives empowered.
I'm happy. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm happy at least on this platform you've been able to identify these relevance. So you should do that just to improve the service you give to your people.
It's really great that we see that the embassies are so well involved, and they're really making a difference and so helpful. That's good to know. But Mr. Bernard, for you, so we saw that during the FIFA, FIFA World Cup Fiesta, the Ghana cultural troupe. Can you tell us more about that? Because they've been present like on every African day. They're so prominent.
True.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that? But before that, hold that thought. Mr. Lateef, so Uganda, Kenya, Ghana, they have the cultural troupe. So about Nigeria? Okay, we'll come back to that one.
I like that laugh.
Yeah. I'll give you time to think.
All right, thank you very much. Ghana is a football-loving country. Likewise,
Mr. Lateef is thinking what to say.
Nigeria, especially West Africa, of course, football has become a passion, and we also love it so much. So wherever Ghanaians we find ourselves, we always want to showcase what we can do best. Right, yes. And when it comes to football, for that one, we don't joke with it. Yes.
It's serious.
We don't joke with it at all.
Okay.
And people will go every length to form what we call Jama groups. Jama is the people who will always back you at the stadium with drums and sing.
Is that what we call supporters club?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
They will be playing and then be singing. They will not watch the match.
Okay.
So those sort of groups are always there. And we have 2 of these big groups in this country. One of them, they more or less, we had our captain playing in this country. Dede Ayew was playing with Assad. So they formed that Dede Ayew fan club, and he was sponsoring them on that. So when this FIFA World Cup was coming up, there was the need for us to ginger these supporting groups.
Ginger.
Yes, we realized that when you walk through town, fine, you will see big billboards, all the posters, but then the ground was a bit quiet. So one day we took the guys to Souk Wakif, that open space, and we were surprised to see families coming with their kids to dance at the
African energy being
my
released.
goodness. Then we said, so if that be the case, then we should continue this with this every weekend until the game itself starts. Yes, so we continue with this, and we had some groups trying to support us and then help us to sponsor the programs and so on. Yeah, so that is the way we brought those groups in.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
you've been
our
so
team was
consistent.
also participating.
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely,
It was
definitely we needed to, prepare ourselves.
Yes.
And then we actually qualified at the expense of my brother. And we beat them in their own.
The way Mr. Lateef is just shaking his head like, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything. Say that. Let's hear you.
I have to say something.
Yeah,
Really,
say
at
it.
this
Please,
point,
go ahead.
you really touched the part of me that's really paining me since 2020, the last World Cup.
Say it. Let's hear
Really.
you.
I think
It's,
I'm doing the drilling today, famous, not
See,
you.
I'm so chill. I'm so chill.
Really,
Okay, Mr. Lateef,
that
let's hear.
question, that question really hit me.
Eish, in the heart.
Really, very, very center of my heart.
Why?
Because why? In our own stadium in Nigeria, in Abuja, to be precise,
Okay.
they came and snatched away the ticket from us
For the World Cup.
for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it was like, wow.
Just like that.
Yeah.
We planned. We're looking forward to it. We're trying to welcome our team. We've established a supporters club. We've done everything, but the flags, we've done. And then let's watch the match. Then they came, as usual. Hit us
As usual.
on our own soil. It's so heartbreaking. But at the same time, we were so happy for them. Well, at least they represent West Africa, and which is. They never disappointed us when they were winning the World Cup. So going back to the troop issue, Nigeria is a very complicated country when it comes
Is
to
it?
blending things together.
Okay.
We have a country that has a language of around 500 something plus.
Wow.
Wow.
So you can imagine how to bring those cultural groups from each of those languages together and win a troop.
Okay.
It is very tough one.
I see.
Many people know we have 3 major languages: the Yoruba, the
I only know
Hausa, and the
Yoruba.
Igbos.
Oh, okay.
My sister, to bring the Igbos, Yoruba, and Hausa together in a group of troops, you need to work hard to get that together because you need to blend a lot of cultural beliefs.
So why
Okay.
is there no separate? Okay, let's say for the Eastern, for the Igbos, let Igbos have their own, let Yoruba have their own.
Yeah,
the
that's
Hausa
what
have
we're
their
trying to build on now. My new social secretary is trying to work on that right
Okay,
now.
that would be great.
We're trying to, because we're looking towards an event coming very soon, which is our Independence Day.
Okay.
And we're trying to break that chains of having those cultural groups, each separately presenting on that day. The Yorubas should bring their own troop out. The Igbos should bring theirs. The Hausa should bring theirs. But the fact remains that we have a tribe that will never come out, which is the Hausa tribes, because they are very conservative in nature.
Okay.
They're very conservative.
So
So they're very conservative in the sense that they don't really mix up when you compare them to the Yorubas or the Igbos. So
Okay.
they are very conservative. They are there. But bringing them out
It's
to
gonna be a
do
bit of a
is
challenge.
kind of big challenge. So, but
Okay.
we're working around it. We're trying to bring out. In fact, we have established a supporters club during that World Cup. They're existing, but we're still going to bring them up more in sports events, in some of those events to get along. But give it to them, the Ghanaians, the Kenyans, the Ugandans. They've established themselves so much that sometimes when I watch it, I feel like
Yeah.
And South Africa.
They were very colorful
South
tribe.
Africa, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
they
were
were very colorful tribe.
They are very, very colorful tribe, and we're working on it. We are learning from them. Let me say that. Let me put it that way, because, like I say, in unity we can be very strong. So we're learning this
We
kind
learn
of thing from them.
Okay.
Yes,
To
yes.
build our own also to see how we can really make
That's
it up
very
and things.
good,
And
yeah.
definitely very soon we're coming. You know, as Nigerians.
That's what I was waiting for.
In every country of the world, the experts have some legal challenges, whether they are directly involved or whether they are guilty of it or not guilty. It's only the court that can define the level of guilt. But there are people who want these services, but they don't have the resources to get the services. Do your communities have programs under your welfare package that you use to support some of these people who need legal services? Or do you have a legal firm that is representing, or does the embassy provide this service in terms of providing lawyers where people need lawyers for some specific cases that they don't have the resources to cover? Do you have it?
Thank you very much. This is one area that is also a big challenge. And we realize that our brothers, sisters who find themselves in situations where they may need legal services. The problem has been with the funds. Many a time, the community, when we come together, we try to hammer to them that let's try to generate something by way of paying some dues. From the time our fathers, we call them Doha Fraternity, they started this association until such a time they left the scene, at the helm of affairs, and they handed over to us. From those time up to this time, fee paying or dues paying has been a big challenge. We don't charge that much. We wanted everyone to pay just 10 reals a month. And the main reason for this, number one on the list, has to do with legal services, so that we can alleviate their problems. People who needed the services of lawyers, we can channel the funds, but we are not getting it. We are not getting it.
And just 10 reals.
Yes.
It's not much.
Yeah.
But it's not about if it is much. Africans, there's something about them. If they are giving you 10 reals, they want to know the value for that 10
Yeah,
reals.
of course.
Are you providing the value? Because yes, it might be used for legal services and other things, but are you giving them are you doing something that is making them see value in contributing to the association?
Okay, you see, one time somebody was admitted at the hospital. The fellow's Qatar ID had expired.
Okay.
The medical insurance card had expired. So they have to fall on the community. And based on the letter that we had contributed, we have to quickly go in and then pay for all these services before they continued with the medical treatment. Okay, so these are some of the things. Now you ask yourself, my brother said 11 p.m. they called him. He has to start his car. Nobody buys the fuel. Okay, we have a welfare officer who goes round all the camps. Nobody pays him. Okay, we're trying to generate some of these things so that we can even fund our welfare officer so that he can go to the length and breadth of the country to assist our people in situations of that nature. But we are not getting it. Okay, sometimes we have to fall on the embassy to support, but it's difficult. We have to fall on some individuals, professors, left, right, and center. But how long can we continue to go a begging? It can't work in that way. We need to generate our own funds, to service situations of that nature. But it's a big challenge. Yeah. So when issues of that nature come, we have to fall on the embassy.
The embassy.
Yes,
okay.
to come in.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'll come back to this. Mr. Lateef, you want to share your own points on that?
I think we've been lucky on our side when it comes to the legal support, the legal system thing. We've been able to, right now we have like a legal team that we're working with from Qatar University. So in the law firm, there is a professor there that gives us what I call like a free legal advice. So what we normally do is when we have issues, so we send whoever has a case to him. So he's going to bring his team, his students. So the student is going to serve as your lawyer who is going to defend you.
Okay.
So and they do that free of charge.
Okay.
Wow.
They do it free of charge.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't know of this?
No.
Okay.
That is why I've put my book, I'm going to write this down.
So it's part of, like I said, what we do as a community is we try to see how we can get welfare packages that can really alleviate a lot of financial difficulty from our community members. So this is one of those things that we've tried as much as possible. And they really assist us as soon as they're in school and the case comes in. So we just relate the person to connect with him.
Wow.
So he set up his team, which are the student lawyers.
Yeah.
We're going to serve like a free lawyer to you, tell you what to do, discuss the case with you, what are the areas you need to work on, and everything is worked perfectly. So these are the kind of for us to get those kind of things are things of MOU that we signed with some of them.
That's really good.
So it goes a long way with two other welfare facilities that we have also. Right now in our community also, we have some MOUs that we signed with companies, like a training centers. We sign an MOUs with hospitals so that people can have kind of,
Medical
as a
health.
member, if you go to this hospital, they give a discount
Okay.
for you to have your health check-up and everything. So this kind of welfare packages are what we've been trying to put in place for our people.
They add benefit for
Yeah,
sure.
yes. As a financial member, like he said, we're looking on our own side in terms of finance because as a member, the members contributed what we call annual dues
Okay.
of 100 riyal. Same like you said, 10 riyal. Same thing. Like 10 riyal per month. At the end of the month, we are talking of 120 riyal per year. So you just pay 120 riyal, you have your card, membership card, and then 100 riyal is annual deal, which is part of what we use for things that happen that we can solve. For example, I'll give an example now. Recently, maybe like a month ago, we rescued some ladies who were trafficked to Qatar, around 75 of them. They were trafficked from Nigeria to Doha. And the agent that brought them in abandoned them in one building in Najma here.
Sure.
I think I heard that
in
case.
Kuwait, yeah. And I just got a call, and it was on a Saturday. I was in the office. I got a call like, President, our ladies are being sent outside of the road. And you know, that is Nigerian. That's one thing you need to know. It's an image. So we went there. I took my car. I came there, and I found 75 young girls locked up in 3 bedrooms, in like 3 floors.
They were locked up?
They were there. I mean, all of them were there.
Okay.
That was, and even they had kids there.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Some of these ladies had their kids.
Yes, they have a kid there. And I was like, how come? The first thing they told us is they're hungry.
Hungry.
They need
for-
to eat food.
Country.
They don't have food. They don't have anything for months. They have been there. Nobody's
For
assisting them.
months.
All 75 are Nigerians.
Oh
Now
my
you're Nigerians.
goodness.
So what we do as an organization, because of the small fund we had, we went to the nearest shop. We need to buy raw food first. They cooked, they eat, and then we started talking to them. So we called the embassy in. The consular came in, and we narrate the story to the embassy. Because at this stage, we cannot manage it on our own. This is massive. Where am I going to put 75 young girls with kids and now to save them back home? So we have to involve the embassy. And then, as of today, alhamdulillah, like 85% of them have been repatriated back to Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Well done.
Yeah,
with that.
so we've gone back home safely to their family, and we're working along with the traffic team agency back home to see how they can rehabilitate them back into the community. So these are the kind of things that we've been trying to do also to see,
difficult things. It's not
to
easy.
manage it. So legal-wise, yes, we find our way around it with little support we're getting from this team of lawyers that we're using. And in terms of the welfare also, we're trying to sign MOUs with companies, with training centers, people who need to get careers on. At least with this little discount in whatever they wanted to do, they were able to get their career on. If you're talking of health challenge, they don't have, many companies don't give health insurance these days. So if they have a company and it's a situation where we have an hospital that can give them a discount based on the MOU that we signed, it goes a long way also.
Yes.
So this kind of
Definitely
things
goes a
we
long
really
way.
help.
You know, when I was making a research on your organization, you've said a lot that you do now in this studio. Yeah, you've said a lot, but this is not reflecting in the public space. This comes back to when you say people don't want to pay dues. You understand?
And
they need to
there's so
see
much
the
value.
value of what you're doing.
And that is valuable.
And this is the age of social media. Okay, when you do a lot backstage and it does not come to the front view, you're doing nothing. So I think, okay, from us in the studio, I think it's good you consider having social media review reports. It might be post of this is what you just achieved. This is what you've done today. This is what you did last week.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
when someone goes back to your page, they can go and see what you've been doing. Oh, these people are working really hard. So when you call for dues, when you call for commitments, they are willing to come to support you
Yes, because they can see the value. Yeah.
no, because I have been in community service. We've worked together, so we do a lot. So I have idea of what you guys are doing, but you're not showing out to the people. You get, even if you're doing a weekly review or a monthly review on, let's say, email feeds for people in your emails, they see what you're doing. You do a reel of what you've achieved in a week, they see what you're doing. It stays there, it doesn't go. So it becomes a long-term reference. I just had to quickly chip that in.
That's good.
That's good. That's really good, Famous. Let's talk a bit on the issues when it comes to freedom of association. Because some people in Africa, they think that it doesn't exist in Qatar, apparently, where there's no freedom of association here. Now, we know that both of you have been here for a very long time. So what is your view on this?
Okay.
Let him start.
Okay.
I don't want later to say we were supporting Ghana. Ghanaians were always coming first.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I think it's normal for somebody. Like I always say to anybody who is complaining, just like you want to complain about your government. If you're not in it, you don't understand what is going on in there. So you cannot be outside a fence and tell me the story of what is going on in the house. So many people who are talking that way are saying that because they're outside the country, and I think they don't have access to the right information. And like our host said, like we are not pushing out more information to the people to see what is really going on. But if they are seeing that, NIDO is doing this in Doha, it means they are meeting. Maybe we had our meeting, our annual general meeting. At least we posted somewhere. They are saying, okay, they're sitting down together, they're having a meeting. So meeting together and forming an association in Doha is not something that is as risky as the way they say it. But like I always say, every country has their laws. Every country has their rules. Whatever you wanted to do, as long as you're abiding by the rules of that country, same like my country, Nigeria. You cannot come from another country and say you wanted to just do anyhow in my own country, Nigeria.
You have to follow
Definitely, you have to follow the law.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of you, very straight, make sure you follow the law and make sure that whatever that guides what you're doing, you make sure you understood the right of the part of the law that guides them. If you can do that and follow with it, definitely, why not? You cannot associate. Like I said, NIDO Qatar has been in existence for how many years? It's been long.
A long time.
Long time. So if we have been here a long time and
you're still here.
I'm still here, and we, like I said, the Minister of Labour, they know they recognize us. The most of the ministry recognize that we have access to them. So if they are not supporting the association, they will not allow us to officiate. So definitely it is something that is visible.
Okay. So, Mr. Bernard, you tell us from your own point of view. Mr. Lateef has told us what he thinks about the freedom of association. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a wrong reportage put out there. We are here. We've already formed the association. We are recognized by Ministry of Labour, our embassy. They know us, and it's working. Great. So they need to come in and see. It's a matter of just abiding by the laws of the country, period.
Great. Yeah. So, for both of you, Qatar, like what I just said, people think differently about Qatar. Qatar has been portrayed wrongly outside. People think this country is so tight. It's difficult to do things. It's difficult to live or do business here. And tourists cannot come in here to have proper life. There's no social life. These are what people think back home in Africa. So in one sentence, both of you, do you want to tell us what is your own opinion about this and give a message to people back home why they should visit Qatar?
Thank you very much. There is the need for them to come and then visit and see. Otherwise, the various countries' reps here, the embassies, they can find out from them. If you go into, I think, Numbio, Qatar is the safest.
Third safest country in the world. I saw the index. Yeah.
And they were first in the previous last 3 years. They were first. Currently, in this year, half year, they are the third. Yes. So I don't see where the issue is coming from. Actually, they should come or find out from their embassies what is actually going on, and it's a place to actually come and then invest. The recent expo, we brought potential investors from Ghana, to team up with investors here. So
that's
it is
lovely.
something that is, they've opened the country for people to
come in.
To come in.
All
yeah.
right, thank you. Mr. Lateef, quickly, what is your own opinion?
It's just like my brother said, it's just a matter of you understanding the terrain. So if you understand the terrain, you can get what you really want. So there's a page called Visit Qatar.
Yeah.
Let them go and see. From there, they will be able to have all the information they want, whatever they want to know about Qatar. We are here 16 years. We're smiling, we're looking good. If it's not good, we will have gone home.
Yes.
And then for the kind of talks of investment, yes, this place is somewhere you can, like NIDO, we're planning a big time investment summit coming toward the end of the year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so which we're bringing investors from Nigeria to meet with investors in Qatar. And then we can see how things work out within us, because we have so many things we can in common that we can share. This is an oil-producing country. Nigeria is an oil-producing country also.
Yes.
Nigeria has a lot of tourism to also sell out there. We have tourism there being sold out there.
Yeah.
So we
Good
have so many things in
combination.
common.
Yeah.
And this is something we are, so investors, we're bringing them very soon. So that we can see what we can gather from each side.
So in one word, what I'm going to say, they say, Habibi, come to Qatar. Right? So let's hear it from you.
Habibi,
Habib,
come to Qatar.
Let's hear it from you.
Habibi, come to Doha.
Oh, you want to say it?
Viewers, Habibi, come to Qatar.
You've heard from all of us. Come to Qatar and experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your time joining us today. It's so awesome having you. So thank you so much for your time. And Delisha, I know you've enjoyed yourself.
I've really thoroughly enjoyed myself. Yes, but before we let them go,
Okay.
let's just drill them with the last segment.
Okay,
Vince.
let's do
quickly, okay? So we've got 3 questions we'll ask you that you just have to answer very quickly with the first thing that comes to mind. So my questions are for Mr. Bernard. Ghana jollof or Nigerian jollof?
Ghana Jollof.
All right.
Ghana jollof or Nigerian jollof?
It's always Nigeria.
Hey. Ghana music or Nigerian music?
Of course, I've seen a lot of Ghana.
No. Just one word. Just one word. Ghana music.
Ghana music.
Okay.
Ghana music or Nigerian music?
Afrobeat to the world. Nigeria.
Hey, Afrobeat.
Okay.
Okay, last one. Accra or Doha?
Of course, home is home. Accra.
Accra, okay.
Lagos or Doha?
My brother, Lagos for life.
Lagos for life. Oh,
Great nationals. So thank you so much. Yeah.
thank you
It's
so
a
much. Thank
pleasure.
you so much, Mr. Bernard and Mr. Lateef. It's truly been a pleasure having you. We are really honored to have you today join us on the podcast. And just as an appreciation of, as a token of our appreciation, we would just
Yeah.
like to hand over some gifts on behalf of the Insight.
Yes.
So this is for you.
No, don't look at that side, Mr. Bernard. Yours is here.
You're
Wow.
welcome. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
very much grateful. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, so much grateful.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So good to have you. Thank you. Thank you.
So nice.
Well, there you have it, viewers. Another wonderful, productive, and successful podcast on the Insight. Thank you so much for tuning in. And sadly, it's time to go. But remember, follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share. Don't forget to comment down below. We always love hearing from you. And press the notification bell to always be reminded of any new videos that will be uploaded. So until next time, next week, same time, same place. See you until then.